everyone. Welcome back to Adobe Live. My name is Melody. I'm going to be your host this week, and I'm here with Mel Milloway. Yay, we're both named Mel, so that's pretty cool.
Two Mels.
Yeah, two Mels. Yeah. Yay, hello to everyone in the chat. Thank you all for joining us. Munir, Agnes, Matthias, Anna, Andy. So nice to have you here with us. I'm really excited for this week because we're doing some things a little bit differently. So let's look at our schedule so we can talk about how this week is going to go. So at 9:30 we have UI UX design with Mel. And then at 11:30 we're going to be having the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge hosted by Voodoo Val. And then at 12 we'll have graphic design with Alex Lazarus. So I'm really excited. It's going to be a little bit different this week, but it's going to be cool to have UI UX design and then graphic design. And I think Alex is going to be talking about branding and identity. So I'm excited to see that. And then for everyone in the chat, we are doing a Chat and Win giveaway. And today's prize is going to be a Moo hardcover notebook. So I'm really excited about that. That'll be in about 30 minutes. So all you have to do is just be active in the chat. If you have any design questions, feel free to ask us. Oh, thank you. So I was wondering where it went. It's real, it's here. This is what the notebook looks like. It's really nice, really great quality, and it has flat lay technology, which is really cool.
I won one, and I know that you actually do get one.
Yay.
I can
we have a
confirm
live testimonial right here. Yay, awesome. Yeah, so you can win one of these, and you can choose whatever color you would like. So all you have to do is just be active in the chat. So yeah, I'm excited. And then we can turn it over to Mel if you want to introduce yourself a little bit and let us know what you're going to be working on this week.
Sure. So hi everyone, I'm Mel and I'm a learning experience designer / learning experience design manager. So I'm kind of like in the UX space for learning. I guess that's a good way to explain it. So it's very specific. I would say I'm kind of like more leaning towards a design technologist. So I do like coding, I do user experience stuff, I do graphics, and just a variety of different like multimedia in general.
Nice. That's awesome. Do you want to show us or like kind of give an overview of I think you were telling me about some projects that you wanted to create.
Yeah, so this week I think I'm going to try to do 2 projects. Typically on the live stream they do 1, but I'm attempting to do 2.
Yay.
So for this week I'm going to do 2 website themes. So the first one will be an ice cream shop theme. So this is just going to be kind of like a landing page, like a 1-page theme. And then the second one I'm going to attempt to do probably on the 3rd day is going to be just the desktop version of a wedding theme, website theme.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And just to give context, so I picked these because my boyfriend, he's a front-end engineer, and so we typically work on projects together. So the theme this week I think is supposed to be collaboration. So I'm going to talk a little bit about like working with him on projects and some of like the collaborative aspects of Adobe XD.
Cool. I'm super excited to see that.
Yeah. And one of the websites I really like for like 1-page website inspiration is called One Page Love. So this website here, I think you can submit your 1-page website and then they take a look at it, and I think if it meets their bar, then they post it on there. So they've got a bunch of different ones, so you can see all different kinds for inspiration here.
Cool.
Yeah, so hopefully my boyfriend will develop this after after I design it, and then we could submit it, but who knows what will happen.
I'm sure they'll accept it and it'll be on the front page.
We will see, yeah. So I'm switching over to Adobe XD now. So before I get started on any of my projects, what I like to do is create a mood board. So for this project, because it's going to be an ice cream theme, I wanted to go with like some like light spring colors, and I just collected a bunch of different images from Behance and Dribbble and different websites that would kind of inspire the project altogether. So you can kind of see some of these here. This one's from The Sill. I really love this website. It's a really cool modern website.
Oh, I've never heard of it before.
You can buy plants and then they'll ship them to you. Oh,
nice.
Yeah. Awesome. And it's a really cool website. They've got a lot of great micro interactions on it, which I love. So yeah, cool. It's really neat. And then some of the other things I wanted to hit on in this are some of the web design trends from the last 2 years. So for this one, I'd love to do kind of a floating menu. So yeah, so I think that was on Webflow Web Design Trends 2018. So I'm going to do a floating menu for this. And then I've just got some other things like a contact form here, social media inspiration here and here. And then, yeah, and then I wanted to do something with this one from the sill that's more so on like select your ice cream flavor, and then it will pop up here.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So something else I did was I like to write all my copy ahead of time, because trying to put in lorem ipsum, you know, you're not really sure like how much space you're gonna have and those types of things. So
that's true, and it's hard when you're in the early stages and you just put in lorem ipsum, and then if you go back, you're like, what did I want to put here?
Yeah.
And you can't remember, and then it can be confusing, and especially if you're working on a team, like the other people might not know what you meant. So I think that's really great that you're super prepared with all the copy.
Yeah, and before I would always put in lorem ipsum, and people, I would get that reaction and be like, what is this Greek like writing that is in here? Like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's always just, it's great to have it in there, or at least have something close to like what you're gonna be putting in. And also just because I'm doing 2 projects here, I wanted to kind of create like a wireframe ahead of time. It's not like spatially correct in any kind of way, but just to give myself an idea of, you know, what I want to put into the artboard and everything like that. Yeah.
So someone asked a question. We are not going to have any UI UX challenges this week. We will have the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge, but on our stream we're going to be reviewing the designs on the design feedback on the Slack channel. So if you participate in the XD Daily Creative Challenge and you shared your designs on the Slack channel, we're going to be reviewing some of them and giving live feedback on those. So stay tuned for that. That'll be in about an hour and a half. So
Cool.
hi, Howard. Howard Penske's joining us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of his tutorials. I think I actually met him in person in
Really?
Seattle. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I don't really quite remember like
Nice.
100% if it was
Yeah.
him, but
It was probably Howard.
yeah.
Yeah. Howard has great tutorials and videos and
Yeah.
all things XD.
I love, like, Howard is amazing at animation in XD,
Yeah.
so I've been dissecting, like, all of his stuff in animation, because I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to be like Howard, like, I want to be able to do that.
Yeah, I learned a lot of the auto animate from Howard's, he has a UI kit.
Yes, that's what I'm going to
amazing.
show that.
Yeah.
Later on, like, that was
Nice.
my plan, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really excited, yes. That's my favorite part, is animating, because I do a lot in After Effects too.
Oh, really?
So
Nice.
it's kind of neat to try it somewhere here where I don't have to use keyframes.
Yeah, that's kind of what's tricky for me, is I've like started to learn After Effects and it's pretty difficult to get the hang of it.
Oh my
and
gosh, it's
a lot going
it's so
on.
difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just go over the wireframe, and then I guess I can get started.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So here I just want to have on this the big picture that really like says like, you know, spring ice cream, like makes people really want ice cream, because it's going to be an ice cream shop website. And then just a simple navigation up here, because this is just going to be a one-pager, so it can then jump down to another section. Then just a title here and a little bit about the ice cream shop in general. Move down to flavors, and then the different locations. Then the social aspect of it, so probably like an Instagram feed, and maybe like one that moves. I like this one website, I think it's called Super High, and at the bottom they have a Twitter feed that scrolls, and the closer you get to the edges, the faster it scrolls, and if you hover over something, yeah, it's really fun, and if you hover over something, it stops, and it looks really great on mobile too, so. So yeah, and then just normal footer here that I think I took this one from the Adobe XD wireframe kit.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I've got the same thing over here on mobile, but I'll probably change the mobile up a little. I'm not loving the wireframe I have here too much.
That's okay.
Yeah. So some of the other things, I'm going to be working in a little bit of Photoshop and different things like different Adobe XD or Adobe tools in general.
Nice.
Yeah. So I guess we can get started.
Yeah.
So up here, I've just got my desktop. I think if you do Command 1, it will go in 100%. So sometimes I do that.
Oh, I didn't know that. Keyboard shortcut.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn keyboard shortcuts because they help you so much. And,
They do.
Yeah, and because I do learning experience design, I was like, oh, it would be kind of fun if I created a game where you have to practice your keyboard shortcuts.
That would be cool.
Yeah, because it's hard for me to remember them.
Same with me. It's really hard. There's a plugin that I really like on Adobe XD. It's called Keyboard Shortcuts. And it's just like a library of all the keyboard shortcuts. And if you're trying to think of, what's the keyboard shortcut for like show layout, and then you type in layout, and then it'll like tell you.
Oh, that's such
like
a good idea.
way to like kind of remember. But I think the game would be really fun and a good way to kind of get those like key moves.
Yeah, because I'm always doing things and then I'm right-clicking and I'm like, wait, I could have done something. I could have used a shortcut for that. Yeah, so Command 1 is 100. I think Command 2 is 200.
Ooh.
So trying to remember those. So I've got, I think my size that I have set up here is 1280 by 800 here. And so I'm going to keep my viewport height, which is this area right here at 800. So if you scroll down and you make the artboard larger, you'll see this little, I don't know what you want to call it, like
above the fold line?
Above the fold line.
That's what I call it.
Yeah, you'll see that there. So anything that's above this is going to be in the viewport. So you can come up here and play and kind of see like that it's like that. Exit. Yeah, so I'll get started on actually, I'll do the image first. So what I'll do is I'm gonna mask an image just so it stays in that space. So the first thing that I'll do just to get the image on there is I'll do just the height of 800 and then 1280. And I'll just put this in there and take the border off. So the image that I want to convey, like I want people to look at it right away and say like, I want to go to this ice cream shop, I'm hungry for ice cream. So I picked an image out up here, which I haven't downloaded from Adobe stock yet, so I can go and do that. So it's this one with these ice cream
I like
buns.
that image a lot.
I know. And I like it because the ice cream's kind of pointing, so like if I put the text on the side, it draws your eye into the text.
True.
So I'm gonna go to Adobe stock, which you can just go to, or you can go through, oh wait, I'm in preferences. It would help to go here. I think you can go through here somewhere. Right?
Oh, it's like one of the
Oh, it's on up here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I don't know. I think I can I'll type in the number for this. So it's 175.
Oh yeah, last week during the streams, I realized that, I forgot I think it was Erica that had it, but she downloaded an Adobe stock image and then the file name was saved as like the number.
Oh so yeah, I could have copied it.
Yeah, so you could search for it if you needed that image. So I thought that was really cool that they give you that option.
That's so nice, yeah. And I also like that you can just save this to your library. So that's the great thing about working with Adobe products in general. Like they all work together.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Yeah, it's really great.
Yeah.
So I can save the preview. I think I have credits, so I'll probably take this and buy it. Let's see, and add it to my library.
Dan is saying, wish one of those ice creams had some chips in it. Might have to go into Photoshop and add those.
Add some chips.
You can do that.
All right, let's see. Like some mint chocolate chip or like chocolate chip cookie dough.
Ooh, I love cookie dough.
All right, so I've got this set up, so then I can go to I always forget the shortcut for this too, but OpenCC library. I gotta get both up at once. I always do this too. And so it's syncing.
Oh, Tim is saying you can actually even drag and drop non-Adobe stock images and Sensei will try to find a matching one.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool.
And I think you can, I don't know if you can do it here, but at least in certain places. I think in Photoshop you can right click on the image and it will find like similar images to that image.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I think it has something to do with like the AI and I don't know if it's Adobe Sensei or what it is, but it's really helpful. Yeah, so I can drop this in and like if I want the ice cream to maybe look larger, I can move them over. I kind of like how this is. I don't know how anyone else feels in the chat, but I think they're a pretty good size and it gives me enough space to work with over here.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. So then the next piece of this, since I have these in here, and I'll probably lock this so I don't move it because I have a tendency to like grab everything and move it around.
Yeah.
I'll leave this in here and I'll work on the navigation. Minimize that. And now that I'm looking at this, I think I'm going to change the color of my columns because they kind of match with that. And I just use this as a way to make sure that everything is lined up appropriately. So let's see. I don't know how much I want. Maybe like 60 to it? And so I'm like a big proponent of continually trying new things. So if this doesn't work out, you can always fix it, which is great.
That's what I love about Adobe XD is you can change anything, and when you have like symbols and in your assets panel, it's really easy to go back and change colors or character styles. So if you change your mind, which is something I do a lot, it's like super simple to go and change that.
And I kind of want like a rounded edge, but I don't know how rounded. Like, that's always my debate. I'm like, how rounded do I go? So I just added a little bit of a drop shadow to the bottom because I kind of like that feel. I might do a little less though. I don't know. I like Google's material design. They do a lot of like floating buttons, and so this is something. It's going to be like a floating menu. So I've got that inspiration from this one up here. And so that was one of the Webflow's web design trends of 2018.
I love Webflow.
Yeah, it's really great. Yeah, so I've got that, and I might play around with this. I can always come back to it, which is nice.
Hi, Kata. Thanks for joining us. So Mel is designing a landing page for an ice cream site. Right?
Yes, an ice cream shop landing page. So I'll do that. And then another thing I was thinking of doing was having the logo be an Adobe font. Well, it's not an Adobe font, but it's a font that I found on Adobe Fonts. So I have this one. It's kind of retro looking. I think it's called Coquette.
Oh, I like that. I've used it before on a project.
It's kind of retro and like fun looking. And I think it's a Google Web font. So should be easy to use in like templated projects and things like that. And then I really like Lado, so I have Lado as the, that's kind of going to be like the primary font. I'll use Lado black or bold for the headings, and then just regular for like the paragraph text. Yeah.
Kara's asking if we have a name for the ice cream shop yet.
Oh, yes, I do. Oh, so I have a name for it that I put in all the copy because I wrote a bunch of copy and I was like, well, now I have to have a name because it's in the copy. So I am calling it Scooped.
Ooh,
yeah.
I like that.
Like ice cream scoops.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm doing it because there's so many ice cream shops in Seattle, so that was kind of my inspiration for doing an ice cream shop theme.
Nice. What's your favorite ice cream shop in Seattle?
I really love Frankie and Joe's. It's this.
Oh, I like that.
Yes, it's this vegan ice cream place. I'm not vegan.
Neither am I. But it's really good.
It's so good. Yeah. It's amazing. And the ice cream shop's line is always out the door. It's crazy.
I used to live in Seattle, and in the Ballard neighborhood there used to be one, like, close to where I lived. So I went there, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Because I heard so much about it because it was vegan. I'm like, I want to try it. And it was actually really good. I also like Salt and Straw.
Oh, yeah, Salt and Straw. They have it here, too, right?
Yeah, they have it here. The first time I tried it was I went to Portland a few years ago, and I think it's from Portland, and I was like, this is the best ice cream I've ever had.
Yeah.
And then it came to Seattle, and I got really excited.
And they have crazy flavors, too.
Yeah.
Salt and Straw does. And there's, I'm from Philly originally, and there's
cool.
a ice cream shop in Philly that has pizza flavored ice cream.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They have like
What?
really crazy flavors.
Oh
yeah.
my god, have you tried the pizza flavored one?
I think I did, but it was a really long time ago.
Okay.
And they'll wrap it in a piece of pizza too. So they'll put the pizza scoop in and it'll be like a pizza cone.
Oh my god, I want to try that.
Yeah. So if anyone's
That's
ever in
funny.
Philly, I think it's called Little Baby's Ice Cream.
Ooh. Next time I go to Philly, if I'm there, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, it's great. I'm going to change this to... Okay, so I've scooped. I see someone requested maybe it be called scooped, like, spelled differently. That's kind of fun. I may try that out. So I'm going to do coquette. And I don't have this... I have no idea how big it's going to be, like, so we'll see how this goes.
Marcus is asking, workflow-wise, would you set up your colors and fonts to access on the left or continuously use the eyedropper? So
I'm gonna put them in assets. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
So there's the assets panel over here, and actually I did do the colors. I forgot. So I prepared the colors ahead of time just because I wanted to make sure that I could do try to get to two different themes.
Yeah.
So I have the colors up here, and I want to do this one. So I'll just select whatever I want to select and then double click and then I can put that over there. And if I want to change it later, wherever I have the color, I can go up to edit and then just change the color in here. Or if I want to just copy this for something else somewhere else, I can copy it from here, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Or highlight on canvas, which is cool. So you can see like wherever you have that color.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have this now as, I can't remember what this is called versus like the larger box is like
I think
pinpoint.
like paragraph.
Oh,
I don't
point
know.
text. That's
Point
what it's
text,
called,
okay,
yeah. So I'm doing this as point text because it's like going to be a heading type of thing here. So I may align this. I try to get everything within the columns. I attempt to, but I'll refine it a little bit later. So I've got that there. And then what I like to do as I go along, even though I think I'm at 100%, I like to come through and just look at it on the preview here just to see what it looks like. So then I've got all my copy written, so I'm also gonna go down and grab the one for the tagline. Which is like, if anyone has a better tagline, please let me know. I think I put fun, fresh, local flavors done right. And I'm also like terrible at grammar, so I don't know if that's correct either.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
If you in the chat have any suggestions on what the tagline should be, let us know.
So go in there. And then I don't want this to be coquette, because that will look weird. And I think I said Lotto. I'll do this. Oh, I guess maybe I'll do bold. I'll do bold. I feel like doing black would be too much. And then I'm gonna use this color as kind of like the paragraph color. And then I think I'm gonna try to use the pinkish as some more of like the headlines for things or headings for things. So I'll probably come and play with that a little bit more. And then I'll move on to doing the nav bar. So I want to have the logo in the center. I think it's kind of like a cool, not so like, it's like kind of a unique way of doing things. Like usually I feel like you see like the logo over here, but I'll put that in the center. So maybe I'll just copy this and then. And so for me, this is more so about just kind of laying everything out, and then usually I'll go back through and change everything a little bit.
Kara saying proposed headline where every day is Sunday, spelled like the ice cream.
Ooh, I love that. I love
like that a lot too.
Well, maybe I'll try that.
Yeah.
Where every day is Sunday.
Yeah. Thanks, Kara.
Should it be Sunday with a capital? Sunday? I don't know.
I think that's how she had it written.
Yeah. I like it. Where every day is Sunday or a Sunday. Yay. Okay. Let's see, what else? Navigation. So I have, for the navigation, I have about, flavors, then I have the logo, locations, and contact us. So I will go ahead and add those in. And this is where I'm like never sure. Ooh, that's like gigantic. I'm never sure if I should use the repeat grid or not.
For the text?
Yeah.
I think it was Erica again from last week that she showed this like hack kind of for doing like a menu with the repeat grid. So you create a box or like a rectangle, and then inside of the rectangle you type in the text, and then I think you group them together and then make a repeat grid. So the parameters of that rectangle are like the spacing, because I know when I do text with repeat grid, it's kind of hard if one of your words is longer than the other ones, and then it'll kind of mess up the spacing. But if you put it in a rectangle and you like take out the fill so it's empty, but like the padding and like spacing will be there. I don't know if that makes sense.
I wonder if I should do that though, because I have the logo there.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so I was like,
so maybe
like,
in this case
I'll
it might just be easier.
I'll just do normal.
Yeah, but if you wanted to do like 5 in a row or something,
yeah, that would probably be a good idea.
Yeah, it would be easier to do the repeat grid and have that rectangle spacing.
Wow, 30 is huge. Let's see. Ugh. I never know. I don't have my like font sizes planned at all.
It's okay.
And then what was I had about flavors? And then like, how should I have this? I'm always so weird about spacing of things. I'm like, how far apart should they be?
I'm the same way. Okay,
and then what else do I have? Locations and contact. And then the contact's going to be a modal, so it kind of saves space on the page.
Nice.
Oh yeah, and also for my fonts, I got them from Adobe Font, but if you're looking for font recommendations,
Ooh, I love this site.
Yes, yes, Typewolf, yeah.
Yeah.
So Typewolf has a list of like favorite Adobe fonts, which is pretty cool. So if you look here, it says top 40 favorite fonts on Adobe Fonts. I think they probably have one for Google Fonts too. But yeah, so I was looking through here a few weeks ago, and they've got a lot of cool pairings.
I know, I love how they display them too. It looks so nice, and you can actually see how the font is gonna look.
Yeah.
And then I think they also give you recommendations on Google Fonts, like a similar match, in case you don't, like if you don't want to buy the font, or if, you know, if you want just like the free version, they give you like options on that.
Oh, it's not gonna let me log in. Can I just go through up here? Oh,
I think
fonts.
you should be able to.
Because there's something else I really like on Adobe Fonts. So this is how I found the Coquette one. I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but
I think that's right.
yeah, they've
Okay.
got these like font packs here, which is really neat.
Nice.
And so you can go through, and they've got kind of like these themes. So this one, I love
Ooh.
sans. So I guess these are celebrate sans serifs.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is kind of a fun idea. So that's how I
cool.
found that one. Yeah, they've just got a bunch of different.
Ooh, I haven't explored this page on Adobe Fonts, but I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Yeah, it's really neat. So that's how I found that one. But I love looking at all the different fonts. There's so many great ones
I know.
there.
It's hard to choose one for your project because you're like, I love so many.
Yes. Contact us. Ooh, US. This is another thing, like with casing too.
I
I'm
was
like,
just thinking
do
that.
I do like sentence case?
I was like, is she gonna do uppercase U or not? But
Yeah.
I feel like it's, as long as you're consistent in your project, I think that's what's more important.
Yeah, for sure. How much spacing do I have between these? Ooh. That's pretty good for now. I feel like I might make the menu a little bit longer. It's kind of weird like that, but I'll come back to that later. Another thing that I like to do is once I do have everything, I go ahead and group it. And I love this one plugin, which I think is called like Rename It or something like that. So like then I'll go through and name it. So for people who are me who hate having to go back and name everything, what you can do is you can go through and go to rename it and then rename.
Sorry, we're actually, it's chat and win, but we can go back to rename
chat
it because I want to see how that works. Yeah, that came by so fast. So it's chat and win time. Everyone in the chat, if you haven't said anything yet, now is your chance. Let us know where you're watching from because I'd love to see. We always have a wide global audience and it's really awesome. So you'll have a chance to win a Moo hardcover notebook and we will be right back. And we're back. Yay. So everyone in the chat has a chance to win this Moo hardcover notebook. And it's really nice. It has flat lay technology, so you can lay it down. Oh wow, the green is like acting crazy with the green. But this is like a light green color.
Just imagine it.
Yeah, but yeah, we have Italy, Reading, Pennsylvania. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Yay. Guatemala, Washington State, woo, Los Angeles.
So many places. Atlanta.
Ooh. Nice.
Ice cream.
Edmonton, Alberta. Woo.
Seattle.
Seattle.
Yay.
Chicago, Heartland.
California.
We are in San Francisco, in case anyone didn't know. And it's like rainy today.
Yeah, it's so rainy. It's very Seattle-like in San Francisco.
Ooh, yay, Alexandra Carlson. Congratulations. You're going to be getting one of these notebooks in the color of your choice, which is awesome. Thank you to everyone in the chat for participating. If you did not win, you can still get 15% off of your Moo purchase if you go to moo.com/Adobe Live. And they have a lot of great products like business cards, notebooks, and yeah, so definitely check that out for 15% off. Yay. Okay, now we can go back. I want to see how the Rename It plugin works, because I've never heard of it.
Yeah. So I've started to make this a little bit smaller because the font size a little bit smaller, but so I'll just group this really quickly. I don't know how, I can't remember if it works well with groups, but you select whatever you want to rename over here on the left-hand side. And then there's this plugin. I love the plugins for Adobe XD. And there's like constantly new ones.
Yeah,
so I'm
awesome.
always going back and checking. So there's one called Rename It. So you can do rename selected layers. And so I might just call this like nav and then put a dash because I like to have a dash. It's just like my naming convention for things. And then you'll select whatever you want to put after that. So I like to put like a number sequence. So then it puts that in there and then renames. And then when you go to it, it renames it. So yeah, so you have to select everything. I think that's what the whole thing is like when you go through here. So yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so if I wanted to rename these, I can select these and say. But I actually kind of don't mind them being named what they are.
Nice.
But yeah, so if you're bad at renaming things like me, that's
me too.
It's a great tool.
Yeah, cool. I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah, so let's see here. Another thing that I like to do for the navigation, I'll probably make it a fixed navigation, so then it will follow through the whole project. So after I have that finished, what I'll do is just come over here to do fixed position when scrolling. So if I go ahead and preview, then you can see it just stays there.
I love that feature. It's so
I
cool.
love it. It's really great, yeah.
And it looks like it's floating too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really great. Okay, so for the most part, I think I'll tweak this a lot later, but for the most part, I think that's what I wanted to put there. So then what's the next section? I think, I wanted to do work on the body. So the copy that I have for this is Hi, We're Scooped. It's kind of like a fun, personal type of copy.
Yeah.
I love writing copy, even though I'm not really always grammatically correct or anything like that, but I have a fun time with it.
I do too. I think it's fun, and I like looking at other brands and companies, like voice and tone, and I always like draw inspiration from that and how they label things and how they speak to their audience, and I think it makes a big difference in your product. So.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I think I'm using 20 for these, so maybe I keep it. I don't know. I'm always like, what should I do?
Oh, Stefania, I think that's how you say it, is asking what's the name of the cities filler plugin, and I think you might be talking about the content generator plugin.
Oh, wait, the map? Oh, I was going to use the map later, but I love it. I'll show it really quickly because I think that's what they mean. So if you have a square or any kind of, I guess you could probably do it with any shape, but map, I mean, makes sense, I guess, square. Yeah. So if you go to plugins, there is a maps generator. I think that's what they're referring to. And so I was going to do one like Ballard, Washington. It's a neighborhood in Seattle. And then you can have a location pin or no location pin. You can do like different map types. And then you can enter JSON in here, but I haven't looked into that, so I have no idea. Like, I have no idea what I would put in. So then you can just generate the map, and it generates it. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's really cool. And you can change the settings, so you can make it like really close or really far away.
Oh, I love that. Yay. Do you want to show the content? I think I saw you had the content generator one. If you were talking about that one where you can, if you have a bunch of names on your artboard and you want to add like a bunch of city names, if that's what you were talking about, I don't know. But I never knew about that map one. But
I have a data populator.
Up here.
I don't know if the content generator. Yeah. Oh, okay. Should I use it? Do we want to put something
maybe
in?
You can type like random letters.
and then do this.
Yeah, and then select it. And then this is good if you have like a lot of words and you want to include a lot of cities, but you don't want to think about the cities that you want to add. You can go to content generator and then city, and then it'll automatically change it.
Rio de Janeiro. Yeah. Ooh, cool. Yeah, on my wedding one, I think I have one where I want to generate like a bunch of random people's names. Nice. Because I hate thinking of names.
Me too. It's so hard.
Yeah, so I'll use one of those later too. I'll just move this over.
Yeah.
Cool. And I think I'm gonna make this heading like a little bigger. So I might make this bigger too. Whoa, that is way too big. I always feel like it's so much pressure doing things live. I'm like, this isn't what I want it to look like yet.
Don't feel any pressure.
And then I have more copy. And so as I pick my fonts and just the styling of them, what I'll do is add them over here. I'm wondering if this is. Oh yeah, I wanted to do this in pink. Oh, and I also like when you change the font size over here, you can just press your up arrow or down arrow to change the font size, which is really nice too.
Nice.
So I'm just playing around with different sizes because I'm not quite sure what sizes I want for things.
I know, it's always hard to decide.
Because I don't like to have too many font sizes in one document too. So I have the menu items as 20, and so I want to keep this as 20, and then maybe do these as a little bit bigger. And I also don't like to have too many fonts in.
Yeah. What would you say is like the good number of fonts to have for a project?
I try not to go over 3. 2 is like ideal, and then just working with the different weights, like font weights and things like that with the fonts that you already have. Yeah.
I think that's a good idea too, because they can look different but not that different, and they're still very uniform, and it kind of gives the appearance that they're different fonts, but they're not. And,
and it takes so much longer. The more fonts you have, it takes them longer to load on a website too. So it's something to also think about, like when collaborating with developers, like you want your website to load quickly so people can get to what they're looking for.
Yeah,
so
that's a really good point. And I think it's so important for like designers to be aware of that, like developer side. And you said that you worked with your boyfriend who's a engineer?
Yeah. My boyfriend's an engineer, and so I like to think about or collaborate with him and like talk through like the designs that I'm working on. Like, do you think this will work well? Like, there's things like that I'll want to do, and he'll be like, that would take forever to do, or that would be really difficult because the web page will load a lot slower. Or so I think it's good to have a partnership with engineers on things. I think I'm gonna do, I'll do this picture as 400 by 400, which seems kind of large, but we'll see. Oh wait, which side did I have it on? Oh, I had it over here. Although it might look okay over here, there. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I kind of like this one too.
Yeah, I like this better. So this is just gonna be a placeholder for my image, and then what I can do is grab the rest of this copy, and that's the great thing about working in here. You can work so quickly, so making changes is not a huge deal.
Yeah, and I like how you can, you have an artboard with just your text and your copy, and then so you don't have to open different applications, and then you have your mood board at the top.
Yeah.
So and it's super easy to drag and drop images in. So yeah, I like to make a lot of things in XD, not just design projects, but you can do mood boards and all that type of stuff, and it's super quick and simple.
I agree, me too. So I've got that there, and then something I just did, so if you can see over here, this setting here, that will allow you to put, if you press the enter or return key, you can put your space there between the two paragraphs, the paragraph spacing. So that's really nice to have too if you want to put all your text into one text area.
Yeah.
Which I like. And then as I'm working, I just move this down slowly. So I think I have a picture picked out for this, but I'll go back and see. Desktop. Yeah, so I have this picture here. It's a woman with strawberries. So
I like that.
So the whole premise of this was to kind of create the realistic ice cream shop. So I'm saying oh, they have a farm, and that's where they get the fruits and everything from for the ice cream.
And, locally sourced.
Locally sourced. It's a very Seattle thing. I feel like. So I went through and was oh, what could I put there instead of ice cream, just to change it up a little bit. So.
Cool.
So yeah, I put that. So so I can go back to. Did they say I could drag and drop that in to?
Yeah.
I wonder if I can try that. Can I do it right
just drag
here?
it from there? Yeah.
Into this?
Yeah.
Whoa, wait. I don't think I can.
Yeah, I think you can.
Into this?
Yeah. Just drag it into your XD file.
Oh, into the file.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant up in the slot.
No. And also, if you have a rectangle or any shape, you can drag the image into this shape, and then it'll be masked in that shape. So.
Yeah, so I could drag this and drop it in. I was thinking to go, because this one has a watermark on it.
Oh,
so I was going to drag it.
Oh,
I was
no,
wondering if I could drag it and drop it into
Okay.
the search. But I can just leave it in here, and then what I can do is if I really like this image, so you don't have to buy every image you like, right? You can download it with the watermark, and then if your client likes it, if you're working with a client, you can say, okay, this is how much it will cost, if we're gonna buy it.
That's
so
a good point.
So yeah, I'll just put her in here.
Tim was saying that he was talking about dragging the image to Adobe stock.
Yeah, yeah, like dragging it in, and then would it search for it? Oh, I have to have the website open. Okay. Should we try it?
Yeah, let's try it.
I'm kind of curious.
Me too.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, that would be so cool if I could do that. So let's see. And then do I drop it into the search, Tim? Oh my gosh, wait.
Oh!
This is gonna be,
this is
is gonna be
cool
great.
if this works.
Whoa! Oh my gosh, and it shows you all the other ones too.
Cool.
Wow, is this the
Thanks,
sunset?
Tim.
As long as it's in the CC library. Although I saw someone, actually I did. So I saw someone had a picture that they got on Unsplash, but it was originally in the CC library.
Oh.
And they dropped it in here and they found that one plus like a million others.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was really cool. But I can't remember if they dragged and dropped it in. But yeah, that's really cool. So just so you know, you can drag and drop pictures in here and then it will find you similar pictures in that picture.
That's so cool.
Yeah. But, I mean, I'll keep it as Adobe stock for now. We'll see. Maybe I'll change it later. Okay, so let's see. I don't know that I like how close they are together, though. So maybe move it. Let's see what happens. Oh, and then I kind of wanted to have, I like this, I don't know if it's like a trend or what's going on, but I love like when people have shapes behind things. Ooh. So I was gonna do something like this where it's like, what size is this? I think it's like 400 by 400. So let me do.
Can you change your XD to?
Oh yeah, sorry. I always do that. I have a tendency to like work outside. Yeah, and I can push it to the back. I kind of like.
I like that too. It looks cool.
Yeah.
I've seen that on some websites too, and they have like colored shapes peeking out from the images, and I think it adds a nice touch.
Yeah, I like that. And then obviously I have to move this to the top. And then something I might change also, there's like a lot of white space here, so I might fix that later and just change that up.
Yeah.
All right, so then I have that. Then the next bit I was gonna add in it are the flavors. So I'll just go ahead and I wanna keep these the same, but I'll move it over here. What did I have? Oh yeah, so it's gonna be, the first one's gonna be strawberry delights.
Ooh.
But if anyone has any suggestions for names for strawberry.
Let us know some cool ice cream flavor names. I always like, when I go to new ice cream shops, they have some crazy names sometimes, and it's always fun.
And this is where I put that they have a farm where they get their ice cream from. So, ooh, I did not want to do all that. Paste it in. So it just makes it really quick when you have your copy ready.
Yeah, that's true.
Something else I think I'm probably going to change is the line height on here. So it's a little bit too tight. So I want to make it kind of have a little more room to breathe. So I might move that up a little bit. I don't know. There's also math related to like your line height and everything else, which I don't know off the top of my head, but that's something also to be aware of.
I've heard like multiplying the font size by 1.2 or 1.4.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know which one is correct. Or that's from previous guests that have been on Adobe Live. That's what I've seen them do. And they'll just, in Adobe XD, you can do math in XD, which is really cool. So you don't have to go to like the calculator on your phone or whatever. But you can just do the number times or divide by whatever number, or add or subtract.
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, so if I wanted to like cut this picture in half, I could go to the width and say like /2, and then it would cut it in half.
Which is cool.
It just takes a little bit of thought to do it. So something else I might do on here is I like to copy and then paste appearance. So like if you don't want to, I always forget the paste appearance shortcode. I remember the copy shortcode, obviously, but like.
I don't know the paste appearance one.
Yeah, so that's what makes it nice if I want to just paste that, and then I'll apply the line height to this one too, which is great.
Anna has a great name, Scrumptious Strawberry.
Ooh, Scrumptious Strawberry. Let's try that.
Yeah.
I may not spell that right, but luckily now there is
spell check. Yeah, I know, I love that.
How do you spell scrumptious?
T-I-O-U-S.
T-I... No, it has to be...
Scrumptious?
Is that it?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, no, that's not it. Scrumptious?
Oh, yeah.
You're right. I'm bad at spelling on the spot. Cool.
So in about 39 minutes, we're going to be reviewing some of the submissions for the XD Daily Creative Challenge that ended last Friday. So if you have submitted into the feedback area on the XD Slack channel, we're going to be reviewing that and giving you live feedback. So in case you're wondering, things are a little different this week. We're not going to have a challenge, but we're just going to be giving you some feedback and looking through some of the challenges that you've submitted from last week.
Everything from Adobe is always better. That's so nice. What a nice
Yeah.
thing to say. So down here, I'm just adding these like circles where you'll be able to pick and look at the different flavors.
Yeah.
And I like this idea because it's going to be a reusable component. So what I noticed, I was looking at a lot of ice cream shop or store websites to see kind of different things that they had. And a lot of them have like sections for like seasonal flavors and then like our regular flavors or like vegan flavors. So I figured that this would be a good way to save space on the page, but also kind of fun and interactive as well. So so I could duplicate this and do one part for seasonal, one part for regular. So what I'll do for this is a great opportunity to use the repeat grid.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I think it's Command R for a repeat grid, or you can go up here. And the repeat grid's really great because you'll be able to just drag and drop some of the images that I'm creating in there too. So I think I'm gonna do 4 flavors and let's see, I don't know, is that, how far do I want them spaced out to?
Ooh, double chocolate chili pepper for
Ooh.
a flavor. That sounds intense.
That does sound really intense. And then I'm gonna keep my pictures around the same size too, so I'll just move this down here, and then this is where my ice cream cone will be. Move over here. Oh, and one of the great things too, I totally forgot to mention about the saving to the cloud up here.
I love that.
Yeah. So for saving to the cloud, this is, I think it's kind of a new-ish feature.
Yeah.
And so I love this because I was actually working on a UI design last year in Sketch. And I dropped my laptop at a cafe.
Oh my God, no.
And I didn't have backup because I maxed out my cloud storage for Apple.
Oh no.
So lesson learned, but also it's really great that you can save to the cloud here because then you don't have to worry about losing all of your designs.
That's horrible. I'm so sorry that happened.
It was horrific, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's a really great feature.
It is really great. I'm so used to the habit of like Command S, like saving every whenever I remember.
I keep doing it, yeah.
And even with the new update, I still do it, but it's nice to have that peace of mind that Adobe is saving it into the cloud. And it'll sometimes I'll look up and it'll just say saving and then saved, so
it's so
nice to know it's working.
It is really great. And I just keep forgetting to save my character styles over here, so I'm just going through and saving those. So now I'm gonna do the fun part. This is my favorite part because I get to use Photoshop, and I've used Photoshop for a really long time, but I haven't been using it as much recently over the past years, or 2 years. So I'm excited to get back into that. So what I'm gonna do is I have these ice cream cones, but they need to be isolated from each other, and they also need a transparent background so they can look good on here. So I'm gonna go ahead. I already have them in my CC library. So they are here. as you can see.
Ooh.
So the really cool thing is if you find something on Adobe Stock and you just want to edit it, you can right click and open in Photoshop. So hopefully it won't take too long to load, and then I'll get this up full screen. Cool. And then what I plan on doing is those little circle selectors that I created, I'm gonna put the ice cream, like mask the little top scoop
cute.
Inside of it. Yeah.
Oh my god, that looks so good.
Hopefully it looks good. Yeah, so here's my ice cream, but as you can see, it's a white background. So something I'm gonna do in Photoshop, I'm not gonna do it for all of them because it will take way too long, but I'm just gonna do maybe like 2 or 3. So I'll do the strawberry first. So there's a million ways you can do this. I'm just showing one way that you can do it. But this is why I love the integration of Adobe products, because I just do it here and then automatically like will sync over to
so nice.
my library. Yeah, it's so great. So so I do things a little weird. So I'm gonna go ahead and just select this, and I'm gonna do, I think it's Command J, and then it will create a new layer. So if I turn off the bottom layer down here, you'll just see this. And this is like the lovely magic of Photoshop where you can do select subject. And what it will do is it will select just that little ice cream cone, hopefully. And I can come back and like tweak it later, but it puts the little like marching ants around it. And then you can mask it. So I can like mask it here. Yeah, it's so nice. Look how it's like magic. God. It takes no time whatsoever. That's amazing. Yeah, and then if I like it, all I have to do, I think, is like drag it over here. Or wait, no, it's not this way. It's this way. Drag over into here. I think that's how you do it. Hopefully it's not frozen. Oh wait. Okay. I could have sworn you could just drag it in.
It might. Oh.
It feels frozen.
Would it be on the CC library on Photoshop that you might have to drag it in to?
Oh, that's true.
I don't know.
Where's my libraries? You're right. I think I have to do it on here. This is why you should always have someone with you so you can see. Okay, so I can drag this into here. And then it should pop. Yeah, and then it populates over here. Yeah, so much pressure being on a live stream. I'm like,
don't worry about it. Tim is hitting us with a fun fact. Companies often use mashed potatoes in ice cream commercials because potatoes don't melt under hot studio lights. That's crazy.
These might be mashed potato ice creams. So yeah, so you can see over here, it looks like it has the white on it still, but if you come over into XD, and I think if I put it in here, it doesn't. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know why it looks like that, but yeah. So
that's such a cool trick that you showed with the select object, because I would have just like erased, like, done like kind of the lasso tool. And then, that saves so much time.
Yeah, it's awesome. There's just so many things in Photoshop that can make things like way easier when you're editing images. So I really like that. So now it's in here, thankfully. And then I can just add it over here if I want to. So I'll add it to one of these. Oh, darn, I always forget. So if I have a bunch, I love this thing about the repeat grid. If I have a bunch of images at once, I can like drag them and drop them and they'll each populate in the repeat grid. For this, I'll do that on something later, but for this one, I'm just gonna ungroup the grid. And I'm just gonna put this one ice cream in here. Ooh, not like that in there. And so my plan was I can just scale this up, and I don't know where the best bite is, but we'll just put that in there for now. And then I'll take off the border because that looks weird. I might have like a light border around it, like really, really light, but. And then I'll put the ice cream in here. And then a really cool thing with the prototype mode is I can have people select and then have the ice cream change as they select the different ones. So just for fun, I'll just do one more of these in case anyone didn't see. So you can select the ice cream cone of your choice. Oh, and I want to be on this layer. And then you can go up to subject, or actually I have to do Command because I want to have it. Command J to isolate it there. And then I can come up to subject and then it'll put the marching ants around it. And then I can mask it. So subject. Because if I do a prototype, I'll probably just show like 2. And then add layer mask, and then that masks it. And I can add it over here. So 2 ice cream cones. Ah. I swear, I always have like the worst troubles with minimizing things and like maximizing things. So I could have like the whole ice cream cone, or I could have part of it. I don't know what looks more appealing. Like that's a little large. Maybe do the whole thing.
Yeah, I like being able to see the
whole,
cone.
you want the whole ice cream experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you come down here, you can see cone. And it kills me whenever I preview and I don't have the nav in the right spot. Yay, so the ice cream comes there. And then I'll just do this one really quick. Anyone have any favorite ice cream flavors in chat?
Oh yeah, let us know your favorite flavors of ice cream. I really like, I think it's called sea salt caramel from Salt and Straw.
Oh,
it's so good.
I love caramel ice cream. It's really great.
I also like cookie dough or birthday cake. What are your favorite ice cream flavors?
I like this one. I think it's like, what is it? Like lavender honey. It's really good. And they have that at Salt and Straw.
Nice.
Really,
I've
really
never
good.
tried that flavor.
And then just for time's sake, maybe I'll come back later and do these and start working down the rest of this. Okay, so we've got flavors. Ooh, one of the other things I forgot to add here is I wanted to have like a little heart button. So because this isn't hooked up to like a database per se or anything, there's no way for me to track like who all is liking it. So one of the things that I want to do is just have like a little heart. So when you come back to the website, you can see what flavors like were your favorite flavors.
Cool.
So it could cache in like local storage or something like that. Yeah. But I don't have a heart, so I think I need the heart icon, but I'd have to either go to Adobe Stock, or I also have like a kit of material design icons that's an Adobe XD UI
like
kit.
the UI kit?
Yeah.
I love using that too.
Yeah,
It's
so
nice when you...
I could go to that,
Yeah,
but I don't think I have it on my computer. Search.
We have chocolate chip cookie dough, strawberry, black Americano coffee with caramel ice cream.
Ooh.
Ice cream with hummus. Just kidding. That's funny.
What's black raspberry? Is like a gelato or?
That sounds good.
Sounds
Salty
great.
caramel, mint chocolate, cookie dough. Now I want ice cream.
Oh, and then one of the things I also like over here, because there's so many icons and you can see there's like a million icons named over here. Something I do, because usually they name them kind of relatively to what they are. I could search. I don't know if there's like
nice.
I don't know, would it be like heart? What would it be? Love?
Search, but that's cool.
Yeah, there's a search function over here. So if you have like a million things in your artboard, it's good to
name them.
Name them properly,
And
so
then you
people
can
can
search.
Yeah. So here's the heart here, so I can look at it by eye. But they call it favorite.
Oh, that's like the tough thing is people will name things like icons different things, so it's hard to find.
It's so true. I'm like, is it favorite? What is it? So then, coming back over here, I just copied it, so I'm just gonna copy it. That's an also awesome thing. Like you can go from like one document to another and just copy. And if you have symbols, you can link symbols. That's like huge, but I'm not gonna make it that big. And I wanna align this. And I'll probably just make this pink as well. And then another great thing for like a good micro interaction for this, if I was animating it, so when I do prototype, I can make it like kind of like look like it pops and fills in.
Like on Howard's auto animate.
Yes, yeah. I was actually just gonna like copy exactly what he did because it was really great.
You should.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah, so Howard Pinsky has an auto animate kit, which is really neat, and it has an animation for a heart icon that when you click it, it like fills in.
Yeah,
and pops.
It's so cute.
It's really great. Yeah. So I like that there, and then let's see, what's next? So locations, and then I get to use the fun map plugin. That's so much fun. So we go here, and then I'll fix the spacing on all this later, I swear. It's the least fun thing to do. It's kind of like tedious work.
Yeah, it really is.
So this is where I'm going to put in the locations, and because my pictures are both 400 by 400, I might just do the same with this. So I've got this plugin up here where I can fill this in with a map. So our first location is going to be South Lake Union, which is a neighborhood in Seattle. So you can come up to the plugins, and then I don't know if this is a newer one or what, but I just recently added it. It's the map generator. So I can come here and put in South Lake.
That's cool that you can do specific neighborhoods and not just like the city. You can be specific.
I just did it by trying it out. I had no idea. I put in Seattle and I was like, well, I don't want like just Seattle. I want like a specific neighborhood, and yeah, it does it. So you can also have different zoom levels. So I think I'll do this one like 15 because it gets like kind of like you can see the neighborhood at least. Yeah.
I'm excited.
And then I'm not going to use the location pin because something I might do that's fun later is have like a little icon for ice cream that looks like a little location pin.
Oh my god, that'd be so cute.
Yeah. Yeah, so I might do that later.
Nice.
So I can go ahead and then generate the map. And so this is what I was talking about with like the location here. You can see it says South Lake Union right there. So I like it because it's like it's not too like into the map.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna take the border off because I don't like the border. I don't know. Does anyone know of any like other UI kits that are good that have maps in them for Adobe XD? I haven't really looked thoroughly, so.
There's like there's one that has a lot of wireframes for everything. I think it's just called the wireframe UI kit.
Oh, okay.
But it has a maps section, but it's like they're not very detailed. It's very like low fidelity, but it still looks really nice. So yeah, if anyone has any other suggestions, let us know.
Yeah, because I had one in Sketch that I was using, but there were just so many components in it, and it was just like really, it was a little bit wonky. So then I'm gonna do Ballard. I'm gonna do the same size or zoom level 15, and so that should do Ballard. So you can see.
Oh, I used to live in Ballard.
Oh, really? Yeah. I love Ballard's such a nice place.
I know, it's so cute.
It's a nice neighborhood. And move these up closer. So I have 2 maps there. And then I want to have just the locations. And another thing I might grab from that material icons kit is like a little phone. So I don't know if I should do, I guess I'm just going to do an icon for a phone. Just to show that it's a phone.
I know, I'm like, what other icons would there be for contact?
I guess if there was an email, it would be
like
like
a
a
mail,
little...
or like a letter icon.
Yeah. So, oh, and then I had other flavors over here. So I'm having vanilla
Nice.
cream, bourbon coffee, lavender, and
Ooh.
purely pistachio.
Oh, nice.
It sounds so fancy.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna copy this.
So in about 20 minutes, we're going to be reviewing the XD Daily Creative Challenges from last week that you submitted in the XD Slack channel. So stay tuned for that, and we're going to be giving you some live feedback. I'm excited.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, so I want to also have a heading, but like a smaller one for South Lake Union. Maybe just... I'm gonna figure out my paragraph spacing for these too. That's always a challenge. I think I did like 28 for these. Yeah. I think. Oh, but I don't want these to be. And that's where the character styling comes in, because I can never remember what anything is.
Yeah, same with me.
And then this shouldn't be Helvetica, it should be Lato. Let's do that. Yeah, so like whenever I'm working on stuff too, because I usually, this is like a first iteration of a design,
yeah.
so I always keep like this quote in mind by Thomas Edison where he says, I haven't failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that don't work.
Aw,
So I always,
that quote.
I always keep that in mind because it's always a work in progress. It's an iterative thing.
True.
Like I'll work on this, and then if I was working with a developer, I'd probably go back to him or her, but I'm saying him because it's my boyfriend in this case.
Yeah.
So I'd go back to him and be like, hey, like give me feedback on this,
Yeah.
or another designer, and just go back and forth.
Yeah.
Like nothing is like
Set in stone.
set in stone
Yeah.
or final like the first time.
That's true. That's a good thing to keep in mind.
Yeah. Or if you're working with a client, that too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of back and forth, and
Yeah, so something like I would probably have like these two be different sizes, so I might go and increase one later, or this is something I have to kind of think through as well. And then I feel like, oh yeah, I wanted to go get a phone icon. Let's go back over here. If I can just search phone. Oh my gosh, there's so many.
Oh.
So many icons. Smartphone, local phone, what's that? Let's see.
Does it show
Does
it
that
on
show
the...
it? Oh my gosh,
There's a million.
there's so many. Oh, it's down here.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is the one I think I
Okay.
use. So actually, that's pretty
Yeah.
good. And I like this because this kit is free. I don't know where I got it. I think it was like XD Guru.
Oh,
So there's
I've
a
been on
site.
that site.
Yeah. So there's a site where you can get some different stuff. Because I don't like to make icons.
Yeah. I do sometimes when I have time, but usually I just want it to be quick, and that's
Yeah.
where I like to go get those icons.
And then I don't know what size I'll do. We'll figure it out later. And then, I don't know. It's really weird. The weird thing about like putting an icon here is there's not other icons.
Yeah. That's
And
a
the-
good point.
And then this is like over.
Yeah. I don't know if it would make sense on the like after the phone number too.
Yeah.
So.
I've not, because I don't think I've ever seen icons over
Yeah.
like it looks like a little weird.
Yeah.
So maybe I just won't use an icon.
Yeah.
I feel like people can know that it's a phone number. I
Yeah.
could put like something else to indicate like what each thing is.
Yeah.
So I'll probably just not use an icon for this.
Yeah.
I think that's a good call. This is where I need crowdsourcing help here. I'm like, And then I'll come down here and, I also like the little guides because you can see like right where everything aligns.
Yeah.
And then I'll do Ballard. And let me see where my nav is because I kind of want to preview it. I just like going through and previewing it sometimes. So I'll just I can manually move it, or I can just use my keys to move it, or.
Ooh.
Starting to come along a little bit. You can see our locations.
Yay.
Another thing that I like that I've seen, so my partner, he's worked with a lot of UI designers, and he worked with one, and they did one for like a wedding venue space.
Ooh.
And they did the map in like a different color. So it's like a Google map, but in a
cool.
different color. So that was really neat. Yeah.
That's cool.
Just adds like a little something to the design, like a little character.
There was a question on, is it possible to do text styles within XD similar to InDesign? And I think if you're talking about character styles, there is a way. I don't know what text styles are in.
I haven't used InDesign in a really long time. I feel really bad about that, but
I don't know what text styles are, but there is something called character styles in XD, which if you want to show your assets panel really quickly,
I'll grab
please.
something.
So you can, when you're working on your design, you can just add any character styles or text styles. I feel like they're kind of interchangeable names.
Yeah.
You can save them on this panel just by clicking the plus button, and then you can edit that later on if you want to change anything. So.
Oh, someone has a good comment. You can do Command tilde to switch between XD windows. I have I have this thing where I don't know why I never use my shortcuts for switching screens. I don't know if there's something it's like fun for me, but it would make my life so much easier if I just did it.
I don't even know the shortcut for switching screens.
Yeah. Oh, someone was asking about the scooped font name. Yeah. Coquette. And so I chose it because I didn't have a logo or anything prepared, and I like font logos. I think sometimes font logos can be enough. Yeah. So yeah. It's a pretty interesting one. And that's a Google Web font too. So if anyone wants to look at it in Google Web Fonts as well. All right, so slowly coming along, my next piece is gonna be working on the social media part. So that's gonna be down here. So this is gonna be Instagram. So the idea behind this is I noticed a lot of different shops will post pictures from their customers on their Instagram and then they tag them and things like that. So I thought that could be a fun Instagram space. So I said it's an ice cream social. And then follow along and tag us, hashtag scooped ice cream at scooped ice cream.
Nice.
Yeah. And then, so this is the idea where these would kind of move. So I can show you where I got that from because it's kind of a cool resource. Well, website.
I think it's really important to add that social aspect because I know when I go to ice cream shops or coffee shops that are really cute and I want to take an Instagram picture and I want to share it, and then it kind of, I feel like for on the company or business standpoint, it makes people want to come to your store and take pictures and share on social media, and so I think it's nice and it's fun to look at.
It is. I love going to different stores and seeing all the different pictures and stuff. The one we talked about earlier, the Sill. They'll post pictures of people's plants that they buy from this website called the Sill, and you can see where all of their the plant homes are.
That's so cool.
Yeah, but I like down here what this has. So this is a site called Super High, and the closer that you go to the edge, it will scroll faster.
That's so cool.
And then you can stop and it will stop. Yeah, it's really neat. Yeah. And I get a lot of my design inspiration from different sites. So this one's a good one that has curated ones It has a UI inspiration section. So I found it on one of these sites here. I think it was like HTTP stir. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to say it, but
I'm not familiar with that.
yeah.
Sorry.
So this one, so like totally rocking websites made by people from all around the world.
That's so cool.
This is a really great resource if you're looking for like different cool like designs and websites.
There's a question on when can multiple users work together in one file? It was promised a few years ago. So I think that it's like something that they're in talks about is doing like collaboration on XD files, but it's not released. It's not out, but I don't know when it will be, but I think they're like working on it. So
I know there's a way now, and I was going to invite you to do this later.
Oh,
I don't know if we
yeah.
can do it at some point, but if you go up to the share in your Adobe XD, now there's a way to invite to edit.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was going to invite you to edit, but I don't know how, like I haven't tried this yet.
Try it.
So the invite to edit, you click on the like document and then you say I have access, but then I could invite Melody and then she could also edit the document.
Ooh.
So this is new, but I don't know if we should take the risk.
Yeah, maybe we can try after our stream today and then come back tomorrow and give you guys some feedback on how that went. But that's cool.
Yeah, it's a really neat feature.
Try it.
Yeah, and then I like I also like you can share for review and share for development, and I'll go over those later too. Yeah, so I'll come back down here and do the ice cream social part. I have so much copy. Go through. And I think I have this centered here. One of the other things that it's a huge pet peeve of mine, centering paragraph text. This isn't paragraph text, but like one of my biggest pet peeves, like it's like a UX pet peeve, is it's so hard to read like a huge line of like, or a huge chunk of paragraph text if it's centered.
Yeah.
So like my best practice that I always try to do is make sure that everything's left aligned if it's stuff people are going to be like really reading.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think a good like rule of thumb is like no more than 3 lines, I think, for centered paragraph.
Oh,
is
that's
what
probably
I've heard.
good.
So, because it can be tough. Because the eye's like, where am I gonna go?
It makes it so much more difficult, and especially especially being in learning, like you're already using like a huge like it's a huge cognitive load to like learn something and navigate something at the same time and read things or remember things. So anything that makes it easier like for people when they're learning things.
That's really important.
Yeah. So for anyone who is just joining recently, I'm in the field of learning, so I do specifically designs for helping people to learn and apply new knowledge. And then if sometimes I move things around like pixel by pixel, but if I want them to go really fast, I think it works in most Adobe programs. I hold down Shift and then like move.
I think that moves it by 10 pixels.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. If you want to move it more than just like
1 pixel. Yeah.
I'm sure most people on the stream have been using Adobe products for a while.
Marcus would love to see a design session for an e-learning course.
Oh yeah, I was actually gonna do one for this, but for I wasn't sure if it would resonate with everyone. So my job specifically, I make a lot of e-learning and like videos and things like that to teach people different topics or apply new knowledge. So I was gonna do that, but then I was like, I don't know if that would resonate with everyone.
I would be interested in learning about that because I've done some like e-learning things, and they have been really bad.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So if anyone's like familiar, e-learning is what like people typically see is like compliance courses on like safety or like
Harassment.
Yeah, and it's like click next, and then like you have someone like narrating everything to you, and yeah. But I tell everyone that's not the type of e-learning that I do.
Oh, okay, that's what I was imagining, because I've done those courses like back like in previous like workplaces that I've worked, and we had to do like training with that, and it was a horrible like user experience.
Yeah, the user experience isn't good, and when people create e-learning, oftentimes it's really long. Like it'll be like 30 minutes long, and then there's this thing called the forgetting curve. And so as time goes on, people forget all of that knowledge because they're not either actively practicing it or they have no kind of reminders. So part of like being a learning designer is understanding like when someone's going to use that knowledge. Is it something they're learning for the first time? Is it something that's like new to them? And then determining like, am I going to create a website?
Yeah.
Am I going to like make a job aid, like a poster? So it's fun to also do that aspect of things.
Yeah.
And then you make sure that it's not just like, okay, click. Not every solution should be like the click next.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
it should be what's right for the user, not what's like easiest. So I'm just gonna do a repeat grid for this Instagram section here, and I think I have 4. I don't know if I can fit 4. If I'm doing every picture at 400 by 400, that's a lot.
Jennifer is an instructional designer, and they built that stuff all day. Yay, that's cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, a lot of people I think on the stream are probably in learning because I had shared like me.
Yay.
Nice. Doing so here, yeah. So I have my repeat grid here, and this is the perfect opportunity for me to just plop in like the pictures. I know that sounds horrible, but I'm gonna go ahead and grab them. So I came up with some pictures so far. Apologies if people can't see my screen like super well. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab these. Oh, that's not it. Oh, Instagram feed. Okay, so I have these pictures here. So one of the really cool things about like working with the repeat grid is you can just grab a bunch of pictures at once and then drop them in. So with these, I'll grab them, and sometimes I don't get it like 100% right. I don't know why, but you can drop them in, and it says that little 4, so I think that means like they're all gonna go, hopefully. And I did this at a conference once during a session, and everyone like was like, ooh, because it's really cool. So I'm gonna drop it. And hopefully it does. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! It's like magic. I love it. And you can do this with text files too, which is
so
really cool. I love this. So,
the cow picture.
Yes. Yeah, so I have a cow. I want some variety. I hate when I just see things that's like exactly the same through. So part of the story here is that they also have a dairy farm.
Oh,
it's in some of the copy. They've got like a strawberry farm and dairy farm.
Cool.
Yeah. You know, they're just making their way in the world here as an ice cream shop. Yeah. So we've got those in there. And then all I have is the footer. And then I'm gonna have to go through and kind of tweak everything. So I think I was gonna use one of the wireframe kits for the footer. Oh, and apologies, I keep forgetting to bring this back full screen. I'm like, oh. I don't know how I even work like that either. Who knows? So I was using this wires one. And so this is the wireframing kit, one of them.
Yeah, the one that I was talking about, with the maps, I think it was the mobile one.
Oh,
and then I think this one is the web one, I believe. But the mobile one has like a ton of different sections, like maps, profile, sign up.
I'll have to see that one. Yeah, so this one has a bunch of stuff in it too. I'm just gonna grab part of a footer because it's gonna be like really, it's a one-page simple website for an ice cream shop. So I'm like, I don't know how much they really need. So I'm just gonna grab this one. I really like, at one point I want to show working with symbols, because with symbols I can change something in here, and if I change it in here and I have it on the other document, it will also change there, which is really cool. Yeah, so I will go back into, I'm sorry I'm not doing the command tilde. Everyone's probably dying about that. I'm gonna exit some of this stuff because I feel like it's like...
It's actually almost time to do the design feedback review. So yeah, yay, the countdown is over, it is time. So we're, instead of doing a design challenge on our stream, we're gonna be looking at your designs that you submitted on our XD Slack channel. So there is a design feedback section. If we can switch over to my screen. Thank you. So on the XD Slack channel, there is design feedback, and if you have been working on the XD Daily Creative Challenge, you can submit your designs here and ask our great community of 17,000 people, which is insane.
Oh wow, yeah.
For some feedback, and there's challenge mentors on there that can give you feedback also. And then we have ask a question. If you are running into any questions about XD, there's a ton of people helping out with that. And then there's introductions, and then oops, how do I go back to the thing?
Oh, channels?
Sorry.
Go to
Okay. Sorry.
design.
There we go. Forget that ever happened. Okay, so we're gonna look at your feedback. Thank you. Hi, Eric. Thank you for submitting. Let's look at this first one. So this one is from Jennifer. Okay, so.
Pups are our passion.
Oh, cute. I like this logo.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a good image.
Yeah, I like how you laid everything out. It's really simple, and you have a nice search bar, live help, National Puppy Day. Oh.
I like the bags, like, you can really know what the brand is.
Yeah, I know, it looks really
Clean.
nice. Oh, this is really cute. I like how you're kind of have this little have a question, so if someone needs any help with your site, it's easily available, and the footer looks really nice as well. Oh wow!
Oh wow, there's so many screens. I wonder if those are like prototyped.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
That's amazing.
Ooh, is this
There's
a
a video? Maybe we can.
It's like a
it's
gift. It's like a
yeah.
surprise. Like you never know.
Yeah. Let's look at a little bit of it because it's a bit long. But ooh. Yeah, this is really nice.
Oh, and the carousel changes.
Yeah. Nice. I think one suggestion I would make is to maybe include GIFs of like smaller micro interactions instead of one longer video, because this one is 1 minute and 31 seconds, and I feel like for people scrolling through projects, they might not have time to sit and watch through the whole video, although it is really nice to add, but I would like to see like little different interactions like throughout the project. But
I also like when people add in the interactive prototypes too.
Yeah,
that's
me
really
too.
nice.
Yeah,
you
it's
can,
fun, so you can go through it.
Go through.
Yeah, nice. Yay, thank you, Jennifer. Let's take a look at another one from Allie.
And are these all for the pet shop?
Yeah, so I think
okay.
last week, or for the past 2 weeks, there was the XD Daily Creative Challenge, and the theme was kind of like pet store, and each day they added a new like feature and stuff.
Oh, neat. That's really cool.
So XD Daily Challenge.
I like this because it's like not as traditional. Like it's jellyfish.
Yeah,
like it's like
I know. It's not,
when
you
you
never think about that for pets.
I like that.
Ooh. Cool, like your wireframes. And this is really nice, and you can kind of see the products and kind of
Yeah.
look through them.
Oh, and like tags? Are those like tags or filters?
Oh
or?
yeah, filter through all of our products. Nice.
Oh, I see. Okay. It's like getting
Cool.
filled in as
Yeah.
you go down.
I like
That's kind of a
this
cool progression.
nav bar. It's different, but it's cool. And it kind of reminds me of a jellyfish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It feels like it belongs in the ocean. Like it's
it
like
does. Yeah. Nice.
Natural like water flow.
Yeah. Ooh. These are some cool pictures you used also. One thing I will note is that it's a little difficult to see. Sorry,
I see the button is hard to see.
The button is a little hard to read, so I would maybe fill that in with like white background or something, just because on this one I can't see, and on this one it's a little bit difficult. So
yeah. I think
maybe.
those buttons are called are they called ghost buttons or?
Oh,
I think that's
I've
the
never
word for
heard
them.
that term.
I feel like that's what they're called, but someone corrects me if I'm wrong. Like that type of style.
Yeah.
I like the different states on the save for later and add to cart though, because like the
Yeah,
add to
me too.
cart like it really pops. Like you want
Yeah.
people to add it to their cart.
True. Yeah, it's clear that that's what you want your users to do.
Yeah.
So nice. I wonder if this is like filter by pet type.
That's what I was thinking, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those things. At least I was talking to a UX designer a few months ago. Like if it takes them a few seconds or like even more than a second to like figure something out, I think it has to be made a little bit more clear. And like, how can you make it more clear
Yeah.
right away so like a user immediately knows what to do without like
Yeah.
overthinking it?
True.
So it's something I always try when I'm designing to like figure out like, okay, how do they know what this is right away?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think you could maybe add, I don't know, how maybe like this way, vertical text that says select, or I don't know.
There has to be something.
Like some type of indicator as to what this like filter thing is, because you have filter through all our products here, which is clear, but then this is
Oh yeah.
a tiny bit unclear. 10 tips to help your jellyfish live longer.
That's what I would probably need
Yeah.
if I had to.
Yeah.
I need that for my plants.
Oh, I'm so bad at keeping plants alive.
I love plants, but yeah. Ugh.
Nice. This is awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
It really feels like ocean like
Yeah.
I love the feel.
Me too. Nice. Let's give it a thumbs up.
Ooh.
I forgot to give this one. Let's do art. Yay. Okay. So we're not going to watch the videos, but let's move on to this one. So this one I think is just the screen, but we can give some feedback on the layout of it.
Yeah.
I think it looks really nice. Very simple.
I agree, very clean.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan of very like simple
Me
though.
too.
So,
I like
so
it.
it does appeal to me.
Yeah.
And I like how you know exactly the pets right away, like cat, dog, like
Yeah.
and then the image backs it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe, Ali is saying, yes, there are filters by pet type. Maybe you can add the name of the pet next to the image, because I think that might help.
Yeah, yeah.
Because on this one, it's kind of like, oh, okay, cat. But I think that's a great way to kind of differentiate that. And I like how you have location, a nice search bar, and this picture is really cute too.
Yeah, I love it. I like how it's kind of like their dogs are looking off, but they're kind of looking off into the text.
Yeah,
like, in a way.
True.
It's
They're
like
kind of like Black
aim in
Friday
your eye.
deals.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. Yay.
This makes me want to do the challenges. I haven't done one yet.
I've
sounds
done
fun.
a couple of them and they're really fun. And I love sharing them on Slack and getting feedback from other people and seeing what other people have done.
Yeah.
It's really inspiring. So
It should really help me build my skills, so I'm definitely gonna participate at some point.
It helped me a lot, like practice my UI skills, because when I was in I did grad school, but I learned more about like the UX and content strategy and user research stuff, so I never really learned the visual design part. And so for me, like participating in the daily challenges really helped me practice and just get feedback and see what other people design and kind of learn from them. So
And it's fun.
yeah, it's fun. Nice. So this one is from Illusion. This looks really cool.
Oh, wow.
Music app. Ooh. I like how you laid out the project too. This is a really cool image also.
Yeah.
Nice.
It almost like the top part, the first picture looks like almost kind of like a landing page where you go to like learn about an app and like then there would be like a download to the app store. Like kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, it looks really professional. Yeah, this is cool. Design the discovery experience. Okay, so I see what you did. So on this one you have like part 1. So these 2 screens are part 1 and then this is like part 2 and you have the challenge prompt. That's really a creative way of kind of sharing what you're doing for each day instead of having like the paragraph and then that's what I have on mine.
Yeah.
But this is cool.
It's different.
Yeah.
Trying new things is awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun. Yeah, and I like how you have kind of the blurred background. It looks like those are maybe album covers, so maybe like on this page. Then you have like the song playing. Part 3. Nice.
I like that. I haven't done a lot of app design, so I would love to. This is really neat.
Yeah, you
This
should
is pretty
definitely
cool.
do the next challenge starts on April 15th, so in like less than 2 weeks. In case anyone is wondering, I'm really excited about it.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
nice.
Yeah. Yeah, you laid it out really nicely on your project. It looks really cool. Oh, this
Oh my
picture's
gosh.
funny.
I also like when the text overlaps an image. I like that
Yeah.
style.
I know, it looks really cool. Ooh. And you turn it into a
Fancy.
web page also. Yeah, it's super fancy. It looks really clean, simple. Nice. I like how you're providing a lot of options too and just showing all the different things that you're creating. It's really nice. Ooh, weather.
Oh
app
my
for
gosh.
smartwatch. This is so cool.
There's so many. It's like such a variety.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
Huh.
This is really cool. I've usually, when I haven't seen that many smartwatch apps, so it's cool
Yeah.
that you're adding this, and also I've only seen the square ones, so I like how you're doing the circle design.
Yeah, this is the first circle one that I've seen, and I love like I think the person who did this like really thought out like how someone's going to be interacting with it, like the how big everything is,
Yeah.
because I feel like it's hard to fit a
Yeah,
lot in
everything
that
on
space.
this screen, and
much
especially
thing.
like your finger space, you want to
Yeah.
make sure that they don't accidentally push the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Because that's happened for me on some apps like back in the day. I think it's really improved now, but in the past I would like push the wrong thing all the time on my phone. I don't have an Apple Watch, but yeah. Ooh, this is cool. I like this little explanation.
Yeah. A lot of attention to detail. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Can be scrolled
Ooh.
horizontally.
Nice. I like how you're explaining each thing on the app. It like helps people if they don't know like what certain functions
Yeah.
are.
Swiping up will show
Sorry.
more details about the current weather. I wonder if you can like swipe to the side to see like more days too.
Yeah. Tapping a day will open that day. Oh, can be scrolled horizontally.
Oh,
But
okay.
yes, cool.
Yeah, you can
That's
kind of see the
awesome.
one goes over to the edge a little bit, and I feel like that's always
Yeah.
a good indicator that you can see more.
Like scroll, yeah.
What's this one? Weather. Oh, the details.
Sunrise, sunset, moonrise. Ooh. This is awesome. There's so much
Yeah.
detail. And so many screens.
Oh my gosh, more.
Wow. Check ticket. Oh, this is really cool. Purchasing a movie ticket on a mobile device.
Oh, wow.
Nice. So this is a cool map.
Yeah, that's really... It matches with everything else, the aesthetic of it.
It does.
With the little red dots.
Mm-hmm. Seat selection.
So are the red dots the different theaters?
I think so. That's my guess. And then I think on this one they're selecting.
Oh, yeah.
This
They have it selected and
theater.
it like pops out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Oh, wow. You can even select your seats.
Yeah. That's so cool. Nice. You included so many different screens and everything, and that's so awesome. Because for the daily creative challenges, you don't really have that much time. It's like every day you get a new prompt. So it's hard. It's a little difficult to kind of keep up with everything, but I think you did a really great job with adding a lot of detail. And it's not like you have to finish this in one day, but I don't know. But I think it's nice that you put so much work into this. So
It is. It's a ton of detail.
ooh.
Another one.
Nice.
Looney. What is it? What does it say? The need to move?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, I think it's an activity tracker.
Oh, okay.
Cool. 17,000 steps. That's a lot. Nice. I like this little squiggly thing at the bottom too. It looks cool. Nice.
Yeah, I could see that like animating as you change it. Like,
that would be cool.
it's really
This is
neat.
awesome. Let's look at one more.
And I liked the use of gradients in that one too. It was nice, modern looking.
This one's not a daily challenge one, sorry. Yeah, okay.
Another pet store one.
Yeah.
Happy puppy.
Cool. Oh. So this one's the actual like
Oh
prototype.
wow.
Cool.
Lots of
Lots of
menu
options.
items. Lots to do.
Yeah.
I like that in the prototype where it shows you where you can click.
where you can click, yeah.
Oh wow.
Ooh, this is cool. 20% off. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
It'll-
I think it's a,
Yeah.
a bug, like a loop
I
of
think
some
it
kind.
is. Okay.
Yes, we
I'm
want the
just gonna-
20% off.
I'm just gonna go to the next screen. This is awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
wow.
The cart looks really clean. I like how you have different background colors to kind of split up the different items in your
Oh
cart.
yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Can you click on anything in there?
Oh, you can subscribe and save. Nice.
We get that 20% off.
Oh, and the price change.
Oh wow, that's very
That's
thoughtful.
cool.
How thoughtful.
Yeah.
Wow.
I want to show that again. That's so
I
cool.
love
And
that.
it kind of like did a little bounce. Nice. Oh, thank you for your order.
Look at the cat.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Does that move? Oh, nice.
Cool. Yeah. Nice. This is awesome. I like how you're including a thank you note after they complete the order. It's always nice for the user to feel like they're appreciated.
Yeah.
And I like this little drag thing, little feature that you have. I think there might be a typo. Complete this shirt survey. But other than that, I think it's good. What feature is most important? Boop to purchase. Nice. Oh. This is cool, but
Yeah.
I'm sad that it disappeared when I get to the bottom, because what if usually if I need help on a website, I'll go all the way to the bottom, because that's
Yeah.
usually where like the contact us is. So I think I would keep that there once I reach the bottom, just to make sure it's there at all times.
It's like a call out.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know where I'm supposed to go next, so I'm just going to go to the next screen. Oh, the
live chat. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, and there's a real person.
Yeah.
That's always really nice.
Yeah, I feel like most stores have a live chat now.
Yeah.
So that's like a whole other experience to think about.
It really is. And it's like tricky because sometimes users won't know that if it's a live person or a robot or like a computer talking.
Yeah.
Because the way that they talk can be so like human-like, so it's kind of scary. Like I don't know. You never know who you're talking to in the live chats.
Oh, there's that.
There's that screen.
They must have had that as like an overlay.
Yeah, I think it was an overlay. A timed overlay so that it could, which is an awesome feature on Adobe XD. Yay. But yeah, this is awesome. Thank you. Thank you to everyone for sharing your designs on our Slack channel. We're going to review more tomorrow. So if you haven't shared your XD Daily Creative Challenges, feel free to share them on this design feedback channel on our Slack channel, and we can review them tomorrow. And on Thursday, we're going to be doing portfolio reviews, so I'm really excited about that. Yay! So we have a couple minutes left, so maybe you can kind of do a quick overview of what you finish, and then a little preview of what you're going to be working on tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I will do just really quick is I have responsive resize checked on the footer, so I can just move this in and it automatically resizes.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
But I'll work on the footer tomorrow. I won't worry about this today. So just to cover what I've gone over, I was creating a website theme, a one-page website theme for an ice cream shop. So I wanted to have kind of like a spring, pastel look and feel to it, just something that's like family friendly, but also fun and just really appealing to look at because it's ice cream and you want people to want to go to your ice cream shop. So I have a really simple nav bar up here that will go to the different areas on this one page. So we've got just the about, so what's the ice cream shop about? They've got a farm, they're getting local ingredients. Down here you can see the flavors, so then you'll be able to select the different flavors and they'll change in here. And then the locations, because of course you want to know where can I go to this ice cream shop, what are the different locations and hours, so that's important. And then lastly down here, just social feed, because I feel like a lot of people want to go to places, take pictures of things and share, and it's an appealing aspect of an ice cream shop in general. So I got the inspiration for just the different features in here from looking at different ice cream shop websites. So if I were going to add additional stuff, I'd probably add a merch store.
Ooh, yeah. So I like ice cream store merch. I think Salt and Straw has some. I bought a magnet from them for my fridge.
Neat.
And then I think Molly Moons is another one in Seattle, and they have really cute merch. So.
Yeah, Molly Moons is really cute, and they have cute merch. So I was like, I'm not gonna have enough time to do that for this, but that would be something else I would add because a lot of places have that. And then what I didn't get to today is obviously the mobile design. I wanted to do some micro interactions with auto animate. I didn't do the modals either, so the modals, and then just cleaning some of this up, which maybe I'll do after this to kind of save some time for tomorrow. But yeah, that's an overview of everything.
Yay! Thank you. You got through a lot today, which is awesome. Do you want to let people know where they can find you, on social media?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a website. It's melslearninglab.com, because I'm in more of the learning UX space, so I'm a learning experience designer. And then you can find me on Twitter, Mel Milloway. Also, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn if you want to. I love LinkedIn, and I post a lot on there, and hopefully I'll be able to live stream more on there after this.
I didn't know that LinkedIn had a live stream feature. We were just talking about this before our stream. So.
Yeah, it's a newer feature, so you'll see a little notification when people go on live stream and LinkedIn.
That's so crazy. I wouldn't expect LinkedIn to have a live feature, but I think it's cool that they're branching out into the live stream area. That's so cool. I love your portfolio, by the way. Everyone should go
thank
check it
you.
out.
Yeah,
it's
my
really funny.
my portfolio is like more e-learning geared because
Yeah.
I work on a lot of personal projects outside of work,
Yeah.
so it's all just like personal fun projects that I do in my spare time. And
Nice.
yeah,
Hey, that's awesome.
a lot of fun.
Yay, everyone go follow Mel. Thank you for everyone in the chat for joining us and asking us questions and participating. We're going to have Voodoo Val coming up next to do the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge, which is super exciting.
Ooh.
Yay. And then we will be back here tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Yay.